We're going to kick it off in 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Welcome to The Hustle Radio. This is our first episode of The Hustle Radio. So glad to be with y'all here today. My name is James Chapman, and I'm joined by two of my lovely co-hosts today. I got Miss Tanisha Irvin in the building. Say what's up, T.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, then I got my man Kevin Love, a.k.a. KJ, in the building. Well, what's up, KJ?
Yo, what's good? What's good? Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to y'all, man. So I tell you what, since it's the new year, and we want to kick this thing off right, we want to make sure that there's no fake hustling going on in 2016. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of fake hustling that went on in 2015. We want to make sure that stays in 2015 and nobody, you feel what I'm saying? We want to subtract that. We want to make sure it don't get carried over to 2016. So before we get into our topic of fake hustling and what fake hustling is and how to avoid fake hustling and what to do if you're a fake hustler, I want to kick it to my man KJ, who's going to give us the quote of the day. What's up, KJ?
All right, man. The quote of the day, man. Since we're talking about fake hustle, we're going to keep it in the hustle category here, man. It's one thing I like to say to people, man. Hustle till you no longer have to introduce yourself. You know, hustling. Just let your hustle speak for you, man. Just hustling, man. There's certain things you can do to hustle, like networking. You can network. You can get up early. You can stay focused. You can watch less TV, read more books. Avoid time wasters. You can invest in your health. That's one of the biggest things, man. Investing in your health. Take calculated risks. You know, we all like to take risks. We risk takers, so you got to take the calculated risk. It's going to position you. Also, write down your goals. Writing down your goals, man. I think that definitely helps out as well, man. Work smarter, not harder. People say that all the time, man. But it's the truth. Working smarter, man. Like doing what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And also, man, just fostering the meaningful relationships with people, man. Like, you can't have those personal relationships or those business relationships with everybody, man. Everybody is not worth the time or worth any of that, man. So take some of those tips, man. We're not going to fake hustle in 2016, man. We're going to hit the ground running.
I love that. Hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. T, what you think about that?
I think that's hot. I think those are really, really great tips to get people started off with the new year with just a pause that. We're not going to be
we charged today. Hey, Tanisha that had a brain for on air. She had a thought, but I was telling Tanisha before the show, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get you on this show. Listen, y'all, Tanisha is really a close friend of mine, and I always be taking jabs at her. And so now that we have a live on air, I cannot wait to continue to take more jabs at her. But
you're so wrong. They got what I was saying though.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. So I tell you what, man. Speaking of fake hustle, I recently did a guest blog with Hustle and Grind Company. Shout out to the team over at Hustle and Grind Company. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Instagram. Just search Hustle and Grind Company. And they allowed me to do a guest blog on this very topic, on how not to fall victim to fake hustle. And I'm going to give y'all just a small blurb of that as soon as we get back from commercial break. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and tell you guys some of the thoughts that I had on fake hustle. Hustle and grind. All right. Welcome back to the Hustle Radio Show. Shout out to our sponsors, man. We can't do this show without our sponsors. And if you're interested in being a sponsor for the Hustle Radio Show, just email us at thehustle@jameschapmanspeaks.com. Again, that's thehustle@jameschapmanspeaks.com. If you're interested in being a sponsor, we would love to have you and shout your business out. But getting back to this article that I wrote on fake hustle, a few lines from that. I wrote, fake hustle is when one appears to be working on a project or business, but no progress is actually ever really made. I believe fake hustle stems from the fact that in this day and age, entrepreneurship or hustling has become very sexy. It seems like almost everyone has a desire to be or pretends to be an entrepreneur. There are two ways to fake hustle. You have the hamster running on a wheel hustle, and you have the dog chasing its tail hustle. Now, just for clarity purposes, I am in no way calling people hamsters or dogs. Let's just clear that up. I'm only talking about the way that they hustle. And so breaking that down even further, the hamster running on the wheel hustler, right? That's that hustler who is running and they look like they're going somewhere, but no progress is actually really made. And they're actually okay with that. They're okay with the perception of hustling. You see what I'm saying? Have y'all ever
think they're really okay with that?
I think so, because here's the thing. The reason why I think they're okay with it is because some people are so afraid to actually put in the work. You know what I'm saying? They want the glam and the glitz that comes with looking like an entrepreneur because it's so cool. And so they may get on social media and make a Facebook post about, all these moves they're making, or next time they with their people around at the next social gathering, they may brag about, this move they're making or that move they're making. But every other month, it seems like they got a new move that they're making, and none of the moves have really come into fruition. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
And so, I mean, do you disagree? Do you think that the hamster running on the wheel hustler wants the fake hustle, or you just think that, do you think that? I think they're content with it.
I do too. I can see what you're saying. At first, I'm thinking surely they shouldn't be content with that. But now that you break it down like that, yes, they obviously must be content because they keep on putting on as if they're doing stuff, but they're starting a whole bunch of stuff but completing nothing.
Right.
So I see that.
You know what I hate, James?
What's that?
People that always say, "Hey, I'm going to a meeting, man. I got a meeting. You always me, but it's no action.
It's all like yes. I know them type of people. Like they always got a meeting to go to. They always got something to go to, and then you be like, where is the product? Where is the service?
Exactly.
What is it? Or they may even like have pictures of themselves on Instagram of themselves at a meeting or doing something so that it really looks like they're doing something. And so all right, so that's the first type of fake hustler.
Okay.
The second type of fake hustler is the dog chasing his tail hustle.
What's the difference? Break that down.
Okay. So to me, the dog chasing his tail hustler is the one who this person does actually want to have some type of goals and some type of initiatives that are going somewhere. They just don't know where to start. And so they're always chasing their tail. It's almost like those people who you see who always have a new get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Just whatever's popping, they get
just whatever popping. They may not even be interested in it. It may not even be something that they're passionate about. They may have no expertise in that field, but because they've seen it on TV or they've heard somebody else talk about it, I tell you what, the prime one that I see like this is real estate. I hear somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I think I'm about to get into real estate." What? Like. Do you even like real estate, or do you even know anything about real estate, or is this just something that you want to get? You feel
real
me?
estate is really popular right now. I know a lot of people that are going into investment properties, and not to knock anybody, but I see what you're saying. Like, are you doing
flipping houses?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
not flipping houses.
What'd you say?
Everybody's not flipping houses.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they almost
That's the fake hustle.
But that's the fake hustle. But these people actually have the ambition.
Right.
Like they have it,
right.
They just don't have the direction. It's like when you see a dog chasing his tail, you be thinking, what's gonna happen if they actually catch their tail one day?
Right.
And they never do. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that if we could somehow point those people in the right direction, you know what I mean? That's the goal. Those people just need to be pointed in the right direction in my mind, because the dog chasing his tail hustle. They just need a little bit of direction. They need some guidance.
I think we can help them out, James.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I don't think there's any hope for the hamster chasing his tail.
Really?
I mean, for the hamster running on the hamster wheel.
I think it's hope for everybody.
I think it's hope too. It's a new year.
It's a new
year.
It is
a new year.
It is a new year. Because the hamster on the wheel, according to Mr. James Scooter Chapman, he knocked out Scooter.
She done pulled up the article, yeah.
But according to him, the hamster on the real person, he says they are just trying to keep busy, and they're doing a lot of just like mouth service, lip service. They're doing a lot of that. So to them, I say that you need to let your hustle be louder than your mouth. Okay, you absolutely have to let your hustle be louder than your mouth. You can't be talking about what you're doing because basically you're just overcommitting and under-delivering and making yourself look foolish to your peers. So they can stop doing that by just kind of being quiet and just showing improvement through their actions and deeds.
I like that. Let your what was that again? Say that again. Let your
hustle be louder than your mouth. You can actually check out a post I did last week on the Hustle Radio fan page. Yeah. And it's like the worst thing in life is to hear a person say what they're going to do, only to sit back and watch them do absolutely nothing. So don't let this be you. Instead of talking, get to hustling. Don't be a hamster on a reel. May your hustle be louder than your mouth in 2016.
I love that. And quick shout out since Tanisha mentioned it. Y'all be sure to follow us on all of our social media outlets. Everything is the same. It's The Hustle Radio. So on Twitter, you're going to search The Hustle Radio. Facebook, search The Hustle Radio. Instagram, search The Hustle Radio. Be sure to follow us on all of those outlets to stay up to date with everything that's going on. And we try to stay pretty consistent about putting out content.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think KJ, you put out stuff
Mondays, every Monday.
Every Monday.
Thoughts with Love is what it's called.
We got my man KJ. He puts out every Monday Thoughts with Love. Tanisha, what day you post your stuff?
It's lit on Wednesdays with Tanisha Irvin. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for it every Wednesday. Motivation.
So listen. I'm not even gonna stunt. It's hard of a time that I give Tanisha. She is killing the It's Lit. If y'all go to our social media, go to any of our social media outlets. We try to be pretty consistent about posting everything on all of the outlets, especially if you want to go to Facebook. She is killing the It's Lit game every Wednesday. And I have to give it up because I go on Fridays. Fridays, mine is called. Y'all know what mine is called? I forget what mine is even called.
Okay.
Pull it up if y'all can. I think mine is called Heat Check. Heat check. So I do a heat check I'm not Friday. Warren is Friday. I'm Thursday. So every Thursday I'm the host. And so it be.
So you get to bring in New Year's Eve, right? You brought in New Year's Eve.
You see what I'm saying? And so I did. But here's the thing. Tanisha has been killing me on the social media game, and so I'm gonna have to step it up next week when it comes to my heat check. I need to bring my heat check a little bit harder. Our producer for the show, Warren McCricket, he's out of town, but he does do a lot of his work remotely, especially social media. We send him all of our stuff most of the time. Shouts out to Warren. He's been doing a great job with putting the content development together and the social media piece. But on Friday, he does this thing where he highlights the historical hustler. And so he takes a look back into those people who kind of paved the way for us to be hustlers in this new day and age, in this tech age, in this digital age. And he shouts those people out and mentions them, and he's been doing a great job with that. So be sure to follow us on all of our social media outlets. Again, and that's The Hustle Radio. So coming back to the topic of these fake hustlers, I was really pleased that I got the opportunity to talk about Fake Hustle with Hustle and Grind Company. Y'all be sure to look them up as well. What kind of motivated me to do this is the same thing that's really motivated me to do this show in general. The purpose of this show is to help people overcome their barriers to success. And so there's a lot of people who they have the ambition and they have the innovation, they have the dreams, but they just fall short. And a lot of times, I think it can be in the three categories. You have those people who they start their race and then they quit along the way because it gets too hard. And then you got those people who they never start because they see how many obstacles and they see how hard it is, and so they never start at all. But then you have those people who just persevere and they jump their hurdles, but they need a little help. And so that's why we're here. We're here to help those people be able to overcome those hurdles. And so I want to retract my statement of saying that the hamster wheel hustler cannot be helped because here at the Hustle Radio Show, that's what we're all about. We're about helping people overcome their hurdles to success. And so I'm gonna back up a little bit. T, you still got that article pulled up?
I do, and I was gonna say I had something for the dog chasing his tail hustler.
What you got
for the fake hustler?
What you got?
Okay, so if I understand correctly, the dog that's chasing his tail hustle, they have ambition, they just don't have direction, right? Okay, so my tidbit for them, if you catch the week of New Year's Eve, I put something on the Hustle Radio's fan page about dreams without goals.
That was dope, too.
That was really, really dope. That's from Mr. Denzel Washington. He was speaking to a group of up-and-coming actors and actresses, and he says that dreams without goals remain dreams, just dreams, and ultimately fuel disappointment because on the goals on the road to achievements cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. And those words are just like, they were just confirmation.
They're resonating,
Yeah, they really resonated with me because that is so true. And that's how a dog chasing his tail can get off of that track and get on the right road, because you have the ambition, but you must understand that in order to make your dreams a reality, they just can't be dreams. You have to have goals.
Yeah.
And how do you achieve those goals? You achieve those goals with discipline and consistency. So that can help you figure out what your goals are and then break them down with discipline and being consistent and reaching those goals. And you'll get off of that track and start, letting your life take off and take flight.
I love
that.
So
that's my tips for the dog chasing his tail. Get those dreams and goals in order and make sure you have some discipline and consistency.
I love that. Kate, you got something? Go ahead, Kate.
It's dope. No, I was just going to follow up with it, man. Like, we all have dreams, man. I think positioning ourselves to, get to those dreams is definitely very important, man.
Yeah.
I think 2016 is a year for everybody, man. I think it's a brand new slate, man.
Yeah, we all eat. We eat out here.
But yeah, man, that's what we're here for, the Hustle Radio, man. I appreciate James, man. He put us together, man. He had this vision, man. He had this vision for all hustlers around the board, man. Anywhere, not just in Chattanooga, man. Anywhere, you can access us online anywhere, but the vision that he have for everybody, man, I think is very important. I think establishing that inner hustle in you.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. 2016,
and I recognize that. I put a book out about 2 years ago now. It's crazy; it's even been 2 years. Called.
You're an author?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Hey man,
how many books you have?
Hey man, I ain't just talking about the hustle, man. I'm out here living it. So y'all can pick up my book, hashtag The Hustle, on Amazon, and it's all motivational quotes that I pulled from my Twitter. I archived my Twitter from over a year and then posted it and then put it out into a book. And so that's what has allowed me to have any type of success that I have. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I do recognize that I've had some successes and accolades over the year from being an entrepreneur, from being a hustler. And so really the only thing that's gotten me there is will. You know what I'm saying? Me just putting forth the work. And a lot of people are scared to do that. A lot of people are like, James, how did you get into this position? How are you able to do this? How are you able to get here, tell us your story? And really my story is kind of simple. I just put the work in. You know what I'm saying? It's really just been hustle. And so because that's my bread and butter, I wanted to link up with other fellow hustlers and have another avenue, another platform to deliver tips on the hustle and help people overcome their goals, because it's hard, man. It's hard. This entrepreneurship stuff or being a self-starter is hard because most people fail at it. And it's not easy. When you're going at it alone, it gets even more difficult. And so we want to build a community around hustle and let people know that we're here for you to be able to help you. And so we got to pay the bills. And so we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and wrap up and just give our final thoughts on hustle and give our final thoughts on how not to be a fake hustler, and if you are, how to get out of that cycle. We're gonna go to commercial break. All right, yeah. Shout out again to our sponsors. They are the ones who make it happen. Welcome back to the Hustle Radio Show. Again, if you are interested in being a sponsor for the show, hit us up. Email us at thehustle@jameschapmanspeaks.com, or you can hit us up on social media. We do respond to everybody who tweets us, sends us a Facebook message, sends us an Instagram message. And again, all of our social media is the same. It's The Hustle Radio. Even if you're interested in being a sponsor, you can hit us up that way and we'll respond to you. Or if you've got an idea for the show, we're open to ideas. This Tanisha and I were talking during the break. This is about community. It's still live. This is about community. And so we want to make sure that we're building that community around you guys and we want you guys to drive the content. And so be sure to hit us up on social media so that we can be sure to discuss the topics that you guys want us to talk about. All right, so let's get back into this thing before we wrap up the show for today, in talking about how can we help the hamster wheel hustler and how can we help the dog chasing his tail hustler. Tanisha, you had some thoughts, man. Hit me with what you were just talking about in the break.
I just think that it's really important that you surround yourself with like-minded people, with people that are moving and going in the right direction, that can just, iron sharpens iron. That line is so very true. And I think that it really applies for 2016. If you're trying to just really take off or take flight, as I keep saying, that's like my theme for 2016, take flight. And if you're surrounding yourself by fake hustlers that are on a hamster wheel or that are just wasting their time chasing their tail, it's time for you to change your network. And that's a hard thing for some people to do, because just because you've been friends with someone for a long time or you've been associated with people for a long time, you get comfortable, and it's kind of hard to break those ties. Now, I'm not saying by any means that you've got to, not associate
be cool with somebody,
or not be cool with
right.
them. No, but I'm saying I think that it's important to you and it's important to your success for you to also meet some new people that are doing better than you, that are already doing the things that you want to do and you aspire to do, because you can learn from that. I never want to be the smartest person in the group. That's why I'm so honored to be a part of this network. I'm so inspired by the community that we're building, because I'm all about that. I love to learn. I'm eager to learn.
Being around people that are doing things that you aren't doing and doing it on a higher level is going to motivate you.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I put into the article is eventually, hopefully, that fake hustling will get old for the hamster wheel, for the hamster wheel hustler. They're going to get tired of just seeing people actually making moves and then just looking at their own situation and be like, you know what, I'm really not even doing anything. This is getting kind of old. And I want them to realize that if they want to achieve that greatness and that notoriety, which I believe is what they're doing it for, if they want to achieve that greatness and notoriety that they really see and are so entertained by, then they have to be able to put in the work, because achieving that comes with a price.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come easy. It comes with a price, and you have to be willing to pay the price for that. And you got to be willing to make the sacrifices. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're afraid of. Sometimes people are afraid of hard work. They're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of losing money.
They're afraid of failure. But I think to be a true entrepreneur, that's something that you have to embrace from the beginning, to know that, you know what, I might fail at this, but so what? I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to get back on my feet. And that's the mentality of a hustler.
Right. And you know what? My mentor told me this just last week, Tanisha. Speaking of that, he told me, he was like, at the end of the day, nobody wants to be embarrassed. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. Nobody wants to not look good. You know what I'm saying? And so that fear of failure, that fear of embarrassment, like, oh, I tried and I failed. They're like, well, why don't I just look like I'm trying? You know what I'm saying?
So I'm safe.
That way I'm safe. If I always just look like I'm doing something, then there's no risk. I'm safe.
There's only so much pretending you can do, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's only so much pretending you can do. And so don't be afraid of failure, man. Like actually just embrace the fact that you're probably going to fail and that it's okay.
And if I can interject right there, and I've also heard that you never fail, you learn. I've had lots of failures, you know what I'm saying? 2014 was an absolute, 2013 and 2014 was kind of a rough year for me. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I've learned through every situation that I went through. So embrace it. Just accept from the beginning that, you know what, I might fail, but I guess what, if I do fail, I'm going to learn. It's going to make me better and stronger.
It's a lesson or a blessing.
Exactly.
I like that. Can you say it again?
It's a lesson or a blessing. Thoughts from love. Thoughts with love from Kevin Love.
Another thing, James. Before we get off of this, man, I think procrastination is one of the biggest things too with fake business, man.
Yeah.
I think moving forward, man, we can't procrastinate any longer, man. 2016 is a brand new year, man. I think if you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it.
Don't wait.
Short-term goals, long-term goals, whatever you need to do, man. If you need to get your house cleaned this week,
whatever
you need to do, you need to organize yourself. You need to get your plan. You need to write down everything. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it takes.
I agree.
Doing it, man.
I agree. Let's talk a little bit about the dog chasing his tail hustler before we wrap up. We got a few more minutes. My thing about this hustler, I really feel like they need a mentor. I feel like they need a good, solid mentor that can point them in the right direction. They need somebody who's already done it so they can say, oh, no, don't do that. You're going to fail at that. So or switch it up. So I think, so that's not easy, right? One of the things that from being a mentor is you have to make it, finding a mentor, you have to make yourself vulnerable. and you have to be okay with somebody saying no.
Everybody's not okay with that, though.
Everybody's not okay with that, but you know what? I think that dog chasing still hustling.
And everybody does not.
Everybody doesn't have that, but I think that's what it's gonna take. You gotta be willing to be vulnerable. One of my greatest mentors that I have, who helps me out. I'm not gonna mention his name because he's such a humble guy. He'll probably kick my butt if I called his name. But one day I hit him up on Facebook and I was like, "Yo, one day I want to be just like you." And then she gave me some really dope advice, and I share that with you. When I told him that, he said, "James, listen, everything that you do in life, most of the time is just asking, and a lot of times it's asking the right way. And so if you just say things the right way, ask the right way, you're gonna put yourself in a better position. And so that's what I would do. If you're looking for a mentor, find somebody who you admire, and then come approach them in a respectful manner. Let them know, look, I'm trying to do X, Y, Z. It looks like you're already doing X, Y, Z. Would you mind helping me? You know, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. I'll do whatever. I'll shadow you. I really want, because at the end of the day, most people genuinely want to help other people.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? I've never turned down anybody who's reached out to me for help. Even if I didn't have time, I would somehow make the time. Now maybe I didn't give as much time as they would have liked, but I always find some type of way to help somebody.
Point them in the right direction.
Point them in the right direction.
Save time.
Yeah. And so that's the biggest thing. If you are somebody, if you're a hustler who's just chasing their tail and you can never quite get it figured out, but you actually want to get there, find somebody who you look up to. Find somebody who you appreciate what they're doing. And if you want to be in their position, reach out to them. Just humble yourself and reach out to them, because I believe with a good mentor and a good group of surrounding people, they'll be able to point you in the right direction so you can stop chasing your tail. All right. So that's going to wrap us up for the first episode of the Hustle Radio. Just some of my I gotta get a slogan. The slogan is always start doing and keep going. Start doing and keep going. Stop that fake hustling, man. If you really want to get there, you got to start somewhere, and you got to keep going once you do it. Do not give up. Absolutely, do not give up. I know that's really simple, but that's the slogan for the show. Start doing and keep going. Be sure to catch us next week of the Hustle Radio Show, and make sure that you follow us on all of our social media on the Hustle Radio. Email us at thehustle@jameschapmanspeaks.com, and we're out of here.
Peace.
That was dope, y'all.
That was good.
All right.
I gotta
stop us.
Spacebar
stops it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to hit the red record button again. They don't be giving no good directions.
Talk about haters and how a lot of haters are like bitter people that, like, if I see you progressing and I'm not progressing at that level, that's like where sometimes the hate comes from. And talk about if you stop focusing on what the next person is doing and